Industries Limited.
Welcome back. You're watching Markets Today. Let's go over through the rest of the headlines that we're tracking for you. The fourth headline is, and this is a CNBC-TV18 exclusive, Max Financial's promoters may be looking to monetize their stake in the company. Sources say Anuljit Singh is expecting a valuation of 27,000 crore rupees. Max Financial says Anuljit Singh remains engaged and invested in the company, and the report is untrue. But this is what we've gathered from our sources. Nisha is here standing by with the exclusive details. Nisha.
That's right. At least 4 independent sources with direct knowledge of the developments at Max Financial Services have shared with us that the promoter, Anuljit Singh, is looking to sell stake in the company. And remember that Anuljit Singh, being the promoter of the company, owns 14.72% stake. And we do gather from sources with direct knowledge that there is an investment bank hired to carry on this stake sale process and is in talks with various strategic players as well as the private equity players. Now here we do gather that the ask price for the valuation at which stake sale should happen, the ask price from the seller's side is close to about 27,000 crore rupees for Max Financial Services. And we reached out to the company and the promoters for their comment on this information, and they have categorically denied this development, and they state that this is untrue and Anuljit Singh remains engaged and invested in the company. So this point must be noted. Another important point is that for Max Financial Services, the key asset, underlying asset, because of which it becomes an attractive proposition for the buyers, is the Axis Bank's minority stake in Max Life Insurance, and also that Axis Bank is the co-promoter there. So that will add value and will play a critical role there in this particular deal process. Another important aspect is that if there is a substantial stake sale by Anuljit Singh, say close to his entire holding of 14.72%, in that case it could trigger an open offer with this particular transaction, since it will mean a change of control because the seller is a promoter.
Thank you very much, Nisha, for that. Here's another important stock which was in the news, Zomato. It saw a big block deal today. 3.4% equity changed hands at an average price of 64 rupees. Sources say Alibaba may have sold part of its stake in the company. The stock closed with a gain of 2.7%. Nimesh is standing by with the details. Nimesh?
Well, it looks like there is a confirmation of the block happening in the morning, and the good part is it's happening in the block window, so the risk of slippage is going to be quite low, is what I understand. Anyway, the initial feedback was the demand was strong, and it shows up the fact that the whole deal is happening in the block window. The other interesting thing is now there is a lockup of 120 days for the seller, which is Alibaba. So they've sold 3% today by block deal. They're left with another 10%, but that cannot come for the next 4 months. So the supply overhang, at least in the near term, is out of the way as far as Alibaba is concerned. In fact, in the last 1 quarter, if you look at the data, some large investors have sold out. So Uber sold out its entire 7.8%. Other names like Sequoia Capital, Tiger Global, they all sold out. So large part of this, pre-IPO investor overhang seems to be out of the way. And today, in a block windows, Alibaba has sold its 3%. So I'll go with the green for the fact that there is going to be no slippage, and there is a further lockup of at least 4 months for Alibaba to sell the remaining stake.
Nimesh, thank you very much for those details. Another important story, and this is from the insurance sector. The centre has proposed changes to the insurance laws. The Finance Ministry seeks comments from the insurance law amendments by 15th of December. Yash is here to give us details about this proposal. Yash?
Well, Rima, that's correct. This consultation paper, which has come out from the Department of Financial Services, seeks at changing certain regulations under the Insurance Act. Comments on these proposals set forth have been sought by December 15th. I'll take you through these recommendations which have been proposed. The first part is about the whole-time members at the insurance regulatory body, IRDAI. What DFS has proposed is that whole-time members should be allowed to hold office till the age of 65 years. At this point of time, whole-time members at IRDAI can only hold their office till the age of 62 years. Now, coming to business of insurance companies, a slew of proposals have been recommended. Essentially, starting with the first one, DFS has said that insurance companies should be allowed to distribute other financial products as well. This would be specified and will be subject to regulations. Now, what this means is that this could actually, if it fructifies, it could open up new revenue streams for insurance companies. They could maybe look at distributing something like mutual fund products, but of course, it will be subject to regulations. Also, what has been said is that no insurer shall commence business operations until it pays a minimum paid up capital as specified by the regulations. This currently is 100 crore. That limit has been raised, and it will be subject to what the regulator decides depending on the scale and size of the company.
Yash, thank you very much for those details. And here is the final headline for the day. Gland Pharma has entered into an agreement to acquire CDMO player Sensex Group for 120 million euros. Speaking to the channel, the company's MD and CEO Srinivas Sadhu said there is no communication over the parent Fosun's possible stake sale in the company. A thought which was doing the rounds yesterday, which resulted in the stock gaining more than about 7%. Listen in to the management comments.
Fosun is a huge conglomerate, so we don't have interaction on a daily basis what they do at a Fosun international level. It's just not pharma. I know there are hundreds of companies under them, so we're just one arm under Fosun Pharma. Fosun Pharma themselves have more than 70-80 companies. We read news as you read, and we just talk about operational budgets and stuff like that, but nothing on this sort, and we don't have any official communication now.
Okay, Biocon is the other one on our radar. They've completed the $3 billion acquisition of Viatris's biosimilar business. The stock gained close to about 2% in trade. And the other one is Lupin. Its Mandideep Unit 1 was inspected between the 14th to the 23rd of November. CNBC-TV18 has accessed the regulator's observations on the Mandideep unit. Ekta is here standing by with the details.
Well, yes, I'll start with Biocon Biologics, which was in focus on account of the acquisition of the biosimilar business of Viatris, which is now completed. Remember, it was around a $3.3 billion deal, which was announced in Feb 2022. Biocon's stake in Biocon Biologics will now be 68%. We will have the likes of Rajiv Malik, who is the president of Viatris, who will be joining the board of Biocon Biologics as well. Biocon Biologics will now recognize the combined revenue as well as the associated profits with immediate effect, and Viatris will provide commercial as well as other services for the next 2 years. The payment, remember, is made via part equity as well as part cash. So the upfront cash payment is around $2 billion, and there is around $1 billion, which is equal to around 13% of stake, which is given via the issuance of CCPS, which is compulsorily convertible preference shares to Viatris. Remember, a part of the equity component which Biocon has put into the deal is funded by around $400 million of mezzanine funding, and hence the street will watch out for how that particular funding is closed. They have around 8 products which are commercialized and 20 biosimilars in the pipeline. Separately, Lupin was in focus on account of their Mandideep facility, which was issued 16 observations in a Form 483 by the US drug regulator in an inspection which took place a couple of weeks ago. We did manage to access those 16 observations, 8 to the drug product facility and 8 to the API facility. And it seems as though, according to experts, it will be a longer road ahead when it comes to the remediation. Remember, this particular plant already has a warning letter which was issued to it in 2019 by the US drug regulator.
Ekta, thank you very much for those details. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Markets Today. Thank you for watching.